Hello everybody. Welcome back. I've got a couple more projects that's still on the bench waiting on some parts, so as soon as I get that I'm going to start this next project. I didn't know whether I was going to put this on video or not. I've been watching for a console to come up for my daughter to go in her house. She's fixing to build a new house, but that's going to be two or 3 years down the line. And so she had made mention the other day that, hey, we could have that in our house now. So she's kind of run the table up on me a little bit. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and start. I picked this up on auction. I ended up driving to Nashville to pick it up, and I think I paid $46 for it. It's a Philco. A 41-295. It's made in 1940s or so for the 41 line just prior to World War II. Anyway, it has 11 tubes and super het. It covers the broadcast band and two more shortwave bands, and basically it'll cover from 2.3 megahertz to 18 megahertz with some gaps in there. But it has 8 push buttons, as you can see, and these things are notorious for pitting and falling apart. So these you can pick these up on renovated radios. They make these sets. These are just not holes. If you'll notice, these have the call stations on it. Of course, this one has the on-off switch. This is for the television reception. That was coming in at that point in time. And I'm going to have to make some of these, but these are replaceable. It's not a big deal. It's got the big tone control, volume control. Then it's got the tuning, and then this is the band selector. So it's not in very bad shape. It had its customary potted plant here. I've already worked and done a little bit of work on the top. I'm not done yet, but I think you can still see where the potted plant was at one point in time. But I believe that's about the best I'm going to do. Now I've got to do some more refinishing on the top of it, but the rest of it I think it's just going to clean up nicely. Let me show you what's in the back of it. Okay. It hadn't got much room in this place, so I'm going to have to get this out of this cabinet and just get this chassis on the bench first chance I get, because this cabinet is huge. It's 55 inches wide and 55 inches tall. But anyway, here's the 11 tubes. It'll pull about 110 watts, and it'll put out about 5 watts into I think it's a 12-inch speaker. It's pretty a hefty speaker there. It has a couple of 42 output tubes. It uses the Lochtels on this particular one. It has the antenna built in that rotates, and that'll have to come out. But all in all, it's pretty significant. It's really, I really believe this was in a house, and up to the point when it went to Goodwill, and it's just dirty. That's all it is. I don't think it's had any type of weather at all. As you can look at the cans, it's just got dirt on. Now I've cleaned the tubes off. I cleaned them off when I transport it, I pulled them out to transport it. And it's got the push buttons there. So let me show you one other thing. Something else I was going to show you. This is the on-off switch. Now definitely these are going to need to be cleaned. They're just real dirty. Listen to the sound on that thing. It's pretty cool. But you can hear the dirt on it. You can hear the dirt on it. But right here is the band switch. Notice how it goes up to the police band, the overseas band, and the overseas band. So there's actually 3 instead of just 2. Okay, there's our broadcast. Trying to get it out of this glare. But if you go on down, you can see that there's the broadcast. If you go on down, it goes to the push button and it illuminates these translucent call letter signs. So that call sign lettering, I guess, what you'd call it. But they have to get some of those replaced. But that's the first look at it, and so it doesn't sound that bad. Just needs a good cleaning up and going through, changing the caps, and the usual number. But I think it's going to turn out pretty good. There's the first look at it. So, from the hills of Tennessee, this is Larry. Thanks for watching, and Merry Christmas.